So hi everyone. So welcome to this second workshop session by MakeMeReach. This one will be focused on Instagram and Instagram stories. So we already thank you for being with us, and also thank you, Julie, to be here with us today also.
Thank you for inviting me. Hi everybody.
Okay, so our agenda today. So first, Julie will talk about Instagram, and it's really like a fast-growing social network, and also the new format that was launched last August, the Instagram Stories, and she will tell and discuss about all the insights and also key figures to know about this new format. And on my side, I will do a focus on the advertising in Instagram Stories, because the idea is really to leverage what you can do with this crazy format, amazing format, and then we'll discuss about a success story that we have with one of the clients at MakeMeReach called Disney, that you know, I think, and we will end with a Q&A session. So I will let Julie introduce herself.
Yes, hi everybody. So I'm Julie Pellet. I'm in charge of the brand development lead for Instagram in Southern Europe. So I'm looking after France, Italy, Spain, and Portugal. And I'm super happy to be here today because I've been working with MakeMeReach team for a long time now. And so it's a super great idea to do this workshop and to do this Facebook Live, because Stories is one of the most exciting new format that we have launched. So super excited to be presenting with you today.
Thank you, Julie. So on my side, I'm Prashia. I'm head of managed service at MakeMeReach. I joined the company almost 3 years ago. And as I said, I'm leading the fully managed service, which is one of the service of MakeMeReach. And I have a background in digital marketing. I worked for Ubisoft and also Michelin. And I decided to do a focus on social advertising by joining MakeMeReach, and I'm really happy to be here today, and to talk about Instagram stories and Instagram usually. So just a quick info about MakeMeReach. So it's an ad tech company founded in 2009 by Pierre-François Chiron and Pierre-Loup de Minjon. It provides a platform that allows advertisers to manage well and scale their social advertising campaigns. MakeMeReach is a partner of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat also, most recently. And we provide two types of service. One is self-service, on which the advertisers that goes from agencies like Havas or Dentsu to direct advertisers such as Cheers or also Privalia and also Iberia to manage their own social advertising campaigns. And the second service, so the team I'm leading, is the fully managed service, where we take care of the social ads campaigns for the clients. So now I will let Julie talk about Instagram.
Yes, super. Thanks a lot. So before starting to talk about Instagram, I would like to talk about mobile. You all know that today the world gone mobile, and when you have a smartphone, you don't have only a way of communicating, you also have a way to take pictures, because you have a camera in your pocket. And so when you are a smartphone owners, on average you are taking 150 pictures a month. And if you are a girl under 25 years old, you are taking on average 250 pictures a month. So it's a massive number of pictures that you are taking. And so when you are taking so many pictures, you want to share them online. 90% of the pictures that are shared online today are from a smartphone. So what a better opportunity to share it on a platform like Instagram that is 100% mobile and 100% visual. You can see on the screen our two co-founders, Mike Krieger and Kevin Systrom, who founded Instagram in 2010. They are still leading the Instagram strategy, vision, roadmap. And we had a new mission this year, which is to strengthen relationships through shared experiences. And this relationship is between you, if you're a brand, with your clients, but if you're a user, it's also you with your friends, you with people that are sharing the same interests. So everything that we are building is around this new mission. So I just show you this video to show how Instagram has changed in the last few years, and you will discover that Instagram is not anymore a photo sharing app company. It's really a community of people that are joining Instagram to be able to share those experiences. And they're not sharing only photos, they're sharing a lot of videos as well. You will be able to discover trends, you can discover new photographic style, a new way of taking videos, a lot of boomerang. I'm sure you all know this app that is helping you to do some GIF.
Very nice, yeah.
So yes, a lot of different things happened in the last few years. But if I look at what happens last year was actually the year where we innovated the most. So one of the first things that we have done, we actually changed our user interface. You could see that before it was blue and black, and now everything is white because we really want to put the focus on the content that is created by the brands or by the users. We've also launched recently multi-post, so it means that now on Instagram you can post a story horizontally, not only vertically and spamming or being afraid to spam your followers because you are posting too many content per day. So no worries about it now. You can post up to 10 content. You can mix video and photo together. So it's a great way to also be able to tell a bit more what happened in your daily activity and share a bit more, if you're a company, what's going on in your company. Another thing that we've launched and that is super interesting, and I'm super happy that we are going to develop even more this functionality, but we've introduced Save. So I don't know if you were like me, but I was taking a lot of picture and screenshot of my Instagram account. Now you don't need to do that anymore. You have this button on the right side where you can save a picture or a video, and you can find it again on your account, and you can even now use some collections, so it's folders that you can actually classify all this content. It's great because if you're a brand, again, you will be able to have access to statistics and to insight about who saved from your followers or people that have been seeing your content, who saved which content. And so it's giving you great intent insight to be able to use this again in the future. And of course, the biggest innovation or the biggest product launch that we have done last year is Stories. This is the topic of today. So we've launched Stories in August 2016. It's really a new way of communication. For us, it's not only a format, it's giving the ability to brands but also to users to be able to share more content, to share not only the big highlights but actually all this everyday content that you were maybe sometimes not sure to be posting on your own account. And it's also a format or a way of communicating that is fun. So we have tried to innovate in this format and to actually add a new tool. So for example, we added Boomerang. You can do directly Boomerang, this small GIF animated format directly in Stories. You can now tag someone with mentions. So if you are doing some collaboration with some influencer or with other brands, you can actually tag them directly in Stories. You can put some external link and encourage people to swipe up. You can introduce and add some stickers. So every week or 2 weeks, we are introducing a new sticker I recommend you to have a look and see the summer stickers that are pretty fun to use. And recently, we've added other functionalities like hashtag. So now you can include an hashtag in your stories. It means that people, when they are clicking on this, they will go also to a page where they will be able to see all the permanent content, but also all the stories that use this hashtag. So it's a great way for you as well to build communities around your brand, around specific hashtag, and to see how people are actually creating content with this. You can do some rewind video, and we've introduced some face filters, so you can now play with some different filters and communicate around that. The last thing that we've launched on Stories is Live. Live for us is super important. It's another way also of communicating and sharing a moment with people. So when you are starting a live, your community will be aware because they will be receiving a notification. And when you're live, when you look at the user interface here, the live are also always the first one to be mentioned because it's encouraging people to come and to access your direct live. And since last Monday, we've introduced the possibility for you to share this live during the next 24 hours. It was not possible before. Now you have the possibility, so people, when they are going to watch your story, they will also have the possibility to watch again your live in the next 24 hours. So it's a great opportunity for you to use more this content. When we are talking about stories, we are talking about the acceleration of our global community using this new way of communication. I just stop here just to give you again the number of Instagram. So today, 700 million of people are coming every month to Instagram.
Crazy.
It's a very big number. It means that we will be the next platform to reach the 1 billion user. It's also an absolutely crazy growth because we added the last 100 million of people faster than the 100 million before. So we see this acceleration of our growth. We have more than 80% of these global communities that are outside of the US. So the growth is actually an international growth, and we are super, super happy to have this acceleration of the growth here in France and in any other country. 400 million of people that are coming back daily, and 250 million that are using stories daily. So today, 55% of our community members are using stories every day. It's a huge number. It means that brands really need to take this opportunity to communicate with this new format as well. And when we are talking about this community, just to give you also what you can find on Instagram, people are coming on Instagram because they want to connect with, of course, their friends, their family, people that they know, but they also want to connect with people that are sharing the same passion than them. Today, 50% of the people that we are following on Instagram are people that we don't know. So we want to connect with this community of people that will share the same interest or the same passion as us, and being able to inspire or to share tips, to be able to communicate and even meet them in real afterwards. People are also coming because the celebrities or influencers are on the platform, and you want to be inspired and to get in contact with them. And of course, brands, I'm sorry for the typo, but brands are part of our community, and we know that brands are actually giving a lot of value to our users because already 80% of our community members are following brands on Instagram. So brands are totally part of our community. We know that 60% of our community have already learned and discovered a new product or services on Instagram, and they are not only inspired, but they are also taking action. 75% of the people took an action, so visit a website, did a conversion after being inspired by a post on Instagram. So again, it's a great opportunity for brands to actually build their presence on Instagram. So now, when we are talking about stories, it's important for you to understand what is the difference with what you can find in the feed and why it's important for a brand to build your presence also using stories. The first thing is people are interacting a lot with stories. So we say that 250 million are using stories every day, and 1 stories over 5 are actually getting a direct message. So you know on stories you cannot like or you cannot comment directly, but you can send a direct message and you can see that the volume of direct message is actually pretty high. A big difference with what we are observing in feed is that actually people, when they are watching video in stories, they are activating the sound. So 70% of stories video views are played with sound on. So it's a great insight also when you are creating video content to be seen in stories, think about the sound. And 1/3 of the most stories are from businesses. So businesses are actually using already stories and they are doing really great things. So I just show you a bit of a few examples on how people and brands are using stories. We are seeing a lot of brands actually using some backstage images because on their brand account, they will have an editorial line. Sometimes they are super creative and they don't want to share some other content, and you can see this example with Vanity Fair where you can actually showcase some great example of what's going on backstage, the photo shoot, it could be an event, so it's great to be able to share this with stories. We have other brands that will be doing some interviews about the employees or about the age, so this great example from Urban Outfitters. And one other example that I love is this example from ASOS that actually published a series of photos, and they are encouraging the user to tap on the left and on the right to turn the sneakers. So it's actually the user that will be moving and like moving the sneakers, and they're encouraging the interaction. So to finish on this example, I want to show you this great example from Bacardi. Bacardi is really into the music passion, interest, and they are doing a lot of things around this common topic. And with stories, they have actually created a DJ experience where they put for each stories a sound, and so they're encouraging the user to mix the music themselves. So this is a very great example on how you can do some creative activation using stories and encouraging the people to play with this experience. And of course, and I will let you then comment on this, Prasha, but we've launched ads in stories since March 2017. So it's a new ad format because we wanted to give the opportunity for brands to be able to target their main audience in this new experiences. So we've launched first with the reach objectives, but now you have the opportunity to also launch some ads campaign with video views objective and with website clicks objective, so you can encourage people to swipe up. We had the chance to have Louis Vuitton as a beta partner for the French market, but also Renault, where that they were the first advertiser to test this new ad format. And since we have launched a lot of different ad campaign on stories, but I just show you a few results from the beta partners that were part of this launch. So Lay's, ASOS, AK Bank, and Sprite. And you can see, because we have done some Nielsen brand effect study with all those advertisers, that we are able to drive really interesting brand metrics for this advertiser. So we know that stories are really performant and efficient, and I know that you will be commenting on this and presenting the Disney case study. One thing that I would like to highlight as well is when you are in stories, you are in a vertical experience. So it means that for an advertiser, you need to think how to create vertical content. But I just show you back maybe the AK Bank example, if I can launch again this video, let me go back. But when we are talking about verticality, it doesn't mean that you cannot actually trick verticality and add and split screen and add a different format in this in this vertical screen. So be creative, think about how you can actually create this content, but it's an amazing opportunity for you to have actually a full screen and really immersive experience.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll get back up. Thank you. So yeah, thank you, Julie, for this great insight on Instagram and also Instagram stories. And I think there is like very important thing to keep in mind is that brand can really leverage what we can do on Instagram stories, and on that through MakeMeReach platform you can create Instagram ads in Instagram stories. So I will dig into it and talk more about that now. So yes, just the first quick reminder on the format. So yeah, as Julie said, it's a vertical format and a full screen and very immersive experience. So yeah, it's like one of the first content to one of the first format to show this type of immersive experience. So yeah, you can do photo and also video, but we really recommend you to use video. As Julie said, it's really important to push qualitative content in order to address the users and push them to engage with the content. Also, concerning the different campaign objectives, as Julie said, it started with a reach objective, and then now you can do video views and also traffic. And also with traffic, you can also put a Facebook pixel and drive also conversions. So I will talk more about that later. But here's an example of one of our clients, Oakers, which is like a really nice video. Just to keep in mind that the maximum length of a photo is 5 seconds. It will last 5 seconds in the Instagram Stories feed. And then the video will be a maximum duration of 15 seconds. So what we can target with this really great content, you have like a really big audience. As Julie said, you have like 250 million users, daily active users per day. So it's like a lot of people that you can target. And also you can use all the Facebook targetings available for all the others placements. You have Facebook interests, also the demographic targeting with age, gender, and also locations. You have also all the custom audiences available, so you can upload a database and then try to target them or create a lookalike of this audience and try to target these audiences. So everything in terms of targeting is available from Facebook to target users through Instagram stories.
And I would just add, it's a Facebook, but it's also Instagram targeting. So everything's about passion, interest, all the other things that we know. You can also use, of course, these targeting options.
Sure. Also, in terms of best practices, first, we recommend to have a video max of 10 seconds. Because otherwise, the idea is really to have the first 3 seconds really impacting in order to keep the user watching the video and then engage, and then also after that do the action you want them to do. So it's really important to, of course, you have 15 seconds, but if you can really be focused on 10 seconds maximum, it would be great to achieve great performances. Also, as Julie said earlier, concerning the quality, it's very important to work on the quality of the content you want to push, because the idea is really to make users remember your brand and also work your brand awareness. And with that, you have to offer qualitative content. So it's really important to work on that when you launch Instagram stories. Also, we recommend to create a video custom agents when you push a campaign with a video in Instagram stories, because you'll be able to track people who view your ads in Instagram stories, and then decide to target them with another campaign or doing a lookalike of these agencies, and then dig into like search for new people to target with your content. So very interesting to keep that in mind when you launch your Instagram Stories campaign with a video. So with that, you can also do a sequencing, because you can create multiple campaigns and then decide to launch a first campaign with one ad, and then target people who saw the first ad with a second ad also in a second campaign. The idea is to work on the stories sequencing and then push people to really like notice the brand and keep the brand in mind, because they provide a story to remember. So it's very important to use that on your campaigns and be sure that your target will be impacted by your ad. Also, all the tracking and also pixel from Facebook is available also to use on the Instagram Stories ads. So you can work on all the funnel, all the different steps you have on your campaigns. First, of course, you will have video views, which is available, and then after that, you can also track the action that can happen on your website afterwards. So you will be able to see people who visited the product page, for example, and then add the product did add to cart of the product, and then purchase it in the end. So the idea is really to track everything on that and do the optimization based on that also. So really important to have a Facebook pixel placed also on your website to then get learnings from your campaigns. And then after that, it's really also possible to do retargeting if the pixel is well placed on the website. You will be able to push a new content to these agencies and keep them also for other type of campaigns also that are available on Instagram or Facebook. So it's really important to create this audience and keep track of your users. So in order to address, Julie said about the content that you can create, and it's very important to have vertical content. How MakeMeReach can help on that is that we have an in-house creative studio on which we can help advertisers to build their vertical content. So basically, we will receive the content from the advertisers. That can be photos, videos that are not verticals, and then on our side, we will do like adjustments and create a vertical video from it. Here you can see an example we did with one of our US clients called Remo and Fanigan. So we did that for them, and they were able to launch their Instagram Stories campaigns after that. So also, in order to keep track of your campaigns and also your ads campaigns and what's going on when you're running your Instagram Stories ads campaigns, MakeMeReach developed an interface called Story Centers that highlights all the creatives you have in all your campaigns across all the ad accounts you are running at the same moment. So you will be able to see with custom KPIs, you'll be able to see which creatives are performing the best compared to the other. So, and also you will be able to do actions on it. So you can, of course, you can see, for example, here that there is like a creatives which is working well. You will be able to put more budget on these creatives and maybe allocate the budget from the less performing campaigns, creatives, to the best performing creatives. So you can highlight every type of KPIs you want. You will have CPC, CPM, cost per view, and also cost per lead, cost per registration. Everything is available, so you can customize that and see everything is happening on your campaign. And then, of course, do really like bulk optimization on across all your campaigns. So yes, now we'll we'll look into a case we did with one of our clients, which is Disney. Like quick background here, it was a campaign that was firstly launched in March. They really wanted to test this new format and see what was the value for them to be present in Instagram story ads. So that's why we decided to help them launch this campaign. And also this campaign, we received an award from at Cannes Lyon with a nice case on this, nice success stories on these actions.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So the first part of this success story is the first campaign with Beauty and the Beast. The main idea was to really attract customers, potential customers that can go to see the movie in the theater after that, and also to do an impact on the brand awareness, to get brand awareness, sorry, through this format. Also, the idea also was to check the performances on Instagram Stories ads compared to classic Instagram video feeds, and to push the best content we can find. We really chose an iconic scene from the movie and use it as an ad. So in the end, what we noticed is that the CPM was 23% less expensive on Instagram story ads compared to classic Instagram video ads. The thing to notice here is that Disney usually got a really low CPM already, and the fact that Instagram story ads is doing even less is really crazy. And in terms of performance, it was a really great success for them. Mm-hmm. And this success led them to do another test with a second movie, went in the theater in April. So it's Guardians of the Galaxy. I think you know also this movie. And the idea here is really to also to move forward and to push the test even beyond, even further. So here again, the idea was to check the performances of stories and also other channels like Instagram feed, and also to do an A/B test with three different videos, as we can see here on the presentation. That's the content they select, which are scenes from the movie. And adding to that, they wanted, of course, to do brand awareness and also push people to remember the outdate of this movie. But it was also to track the pre-order seats online generated by those campaigns. So here's the results. Okay, so just quick notes on what happened during the campaign. So Disney used the MakeMeReach Story Center to optimize their campaign and also to see which video was performing better. The idea was really to push and put more budgets on the best performing ad. So they decided, for example, to allocate the budget from the first video to the second video, which was performing better in terms of cost per registration, cost per lead, or people who registered who did pre-order on the website. And it really helped them to achieve the performances you see on the left, which are really low cost per lead, and also again a really low CPM compared to classic Instagram feed campaigns. So yeah, it was a really good success. Yeah.
Maybe one comment on that. I think that it's showing very well how, when you are an advertiser and when you want to do video, the power of adding stories. Remember, 70% of the video are played with the sound on. So of course, if you have some video content, you have the opportunity to have even more value from your advertising, because you have this full screen and immersive experience, and with an added bonus, which is the sound. Yeah. So we can imagine why Disney got these performances improvements.
Yeah, and we are like very happy about those tests, and it was really a great success because we really managed also, I think, to find a good way to communicate through really like nice videos. Really, it was really. We talked about qualitative content earlier, and I think the content they decided to push was really interesting, and always key scenes, and also as you can see on the second video, for example, there is also like some funny signs, funny stories here. So like it really pushed, they really like keep it really stick in mind to the users because the quality is here, and it was also the same. For the Beauty and the Beast, and really good. It's a really good case here. So, thank you. So, if you have any questions on the Facebook Live, you can of course send us those questions. Okay, we are waiting a little bit.
No questions.
I have some
Okay.
questions.
Yeah.
From the live.
Because
The first one is, can you create lookalike audiences from Instagram stories?
Maybe you want to repeat
yeah.
the question.
Okay, yeah. Can you create lookalike? It's from Jean Lambert. Can you create lookalike audiences from Instagram stories? Well, from that you can create, as I said, video custom audiences from people who saw your video, your Instagram stories ads video, and then you can create a lookalike from this audience. Okay, and also, what is the capping for Instagram stories? There is no like. And in terms of ads, there is no real capping per se. It's like a classic Instagram or Facebook campaigns. You can put a daily budget, or you can put also end date budget, and it's really up to you.
Yes, for the moment you have access to the reach objective and to video views and website click. We don't have yet the opportunity to do reach frequency, which will help you to cap and to really manage exactly the frequency that you want. But we will keep you updated very soon.
For sure. So, other questions?
Maybe it was super clear, that's why we don't have any other questions.
I think.
There are some questions.
I'm just waiting. Okay. Do you know what percentage of people watch the video with sound on?
Yes, 70%. So 70% of people that are actually watching video in the stories experience are watching video with the sound on. So it's a very big number. That's why we are recommending brand to do media content and ads content with video, because it's a big opportunity to reach those people with the sound activated.
Yeah, for sure. If you can also add the sound, you can really play with the format here, because of course you can play with nice images and nice sequence in the video, but you can also add the sound on it and maybe play with like create a story inside the stories and be really impactful. Okay. How do you see the future of social networks? We hear about bots and messaging media. So how do you see that? Well, I will talk about the advertising part, and then also Julie will also have comments in global. I think it's really growing because it's really moving very fast on the Facebook, Instagram side. There's always new products, always new way to communicate. And help brands really to get good performances through like a really interesting format. And I think Instagram Stories is really an interesting format because it's really immersive, it's full screen, and it's really new, so you can really play with it. And in terms of bots and messaging, well, you can create bots with through Messenger for Messenger ads, and then you can. There is also like already some advertisers and some brand creating a bot that answers to their customers. So I think it's something that will be really powerful, and it was highlighted in the last F8, for example, that it will like be something growing, and I think more and more brands will use that. And
yeah, maybe just to add on this, the future of social media. I mean, today social media is growing because most of them are mobile first, and users are mobile first today. And the new generation or the teens, they are born with a mobile in their hand. So, of course, being able to communicate through mobile and having access to all the people that they care about, their friends, their family, the people that are sharing the same passion or interest, or the brands, it's a way, and it's something that is key for them. Like it's their main device to communicate. So of course I see a bigger future, and when you were talking about messagery and messenger and how people are communicating, we are seeing this also on Instagram, the growth on using Instagram Direct, which is the messagery of Instagram. We have more and more interactions, so of course brands have also an opportunity to use these new habits and new way of communication, and both an AI of course will help brands to be able to industrialize a bit all their communication and offer new experiences to their audience.
Yes, I have another one. Do you know what are the first results on cost per install in Instagram ads in Stories, which is on beta and also available in MakeMeReach platform? So we don't see. I can't really say give a benchmark so far. At the moment, it's really early. I think it's very early stage. Maybe we'll know more about that in a few weeks. But globally, in terms of cost, I think is on the same level than Facebook or Instagram. But we'll have to see also how it goes with more advertisers using this format.
Yeah, it's still on beta for the mobile app install objective. One thing that I would give you as an advice, it's really when you think about your ad, encourage people to swipe up to actually encourage the download. And there is a lot of way to actually put the highlight on this see more or swipe up. Yeah. So be creative about how you can encourage this new way for people to go to a website or to be able to download an app.
Yeah, it's true, because of course you have like the native call to action that can push you to swipe. But of course, I think through your content, you can push, like you can say to the users that they can swipe and discover more about the application by downloading it, by installing it on their phone, and you can use that through the content and also through the sound. Also, it can be nice. But also, like, keep in mind that. Of course, it's interesting to show and be really creative about that, but don't be too pushy also, because also it can be like maybe too aggressive. I have another one. If we don't have the properly video material, what do you recommend us? Video with pictures, or what kind of creative alternative do you have? Well.
Yes, I mean, we have seen a lot of different examples, and yes, video with picture is working super well, and it's another way, if you don't have vertical materials, to actually play with this different square photo or landscape, but being able to do a video with that. We didn't show them today, but we had a great example of brands who used kind of a photo, and they created a video based on photo, and it worked super well. Me, I would encourage video, just because in video you have actions, you are able to really get the attention from your audience. So, I mean, I would take the opportunity, if you don't have a video content, but to create video content based on your photo, and to add this sound to make a story even more powerful.
Yeah, and you can take horizontal creatives and try to mix it and create a vertical one. As we said, you can mix things and find a way to create the content by yourself. You can take a horizontal video and also a horizontal image and just put it together on top, and then just take the vertical part from the two, and it will give you like a nice creative to use on Instagram Stories ads. I don't see more questions, maybe.
That's perfect. It was great questions.
Yeah, true. Oh. Any best practices regarding call to actions and also best cases on that? Well, there is like different type of call to action, but as Julie said, I think of course you can use the native call to action, but the idea was also to push through your content and get people to swipe with your content also. So I think it's the best call to action here.
I mean, for stories, I would say that there is some creative tips that you can use. You know that a photo is 5 seconds and the maximum duration for a video is 15 seconds. So think about how you can play with the time. I've seen great example of a video that they are playing with this line on the top that is representing the time and the consumption of the video. So maybe you can play with this. We have seen some content that were encouraging the curiosity. So kind of fixed images saying, oh, look what you can discover if you were swiping up. And when you swipe up, you arrive directly on the website. Yeah. But the website, of course, is thought about, like, it is a mobile, it's set for a mobile, and so you have directly the picture of the product. You can play with the emojis. We know that stickers, emojis are something that is really used in these stories experiences, so it's also some stuff that you can include in when you are creating your content. So play with that. You have a lot of creative tools today to help you do this kind of content, so it shouldn't be a barrier. On the contrary, use it as an opportunity. It's a new format, so again, great opportunity to also be the first one to create and to play with this and to suggest new way of redefining your creativity.
Yeah, to elaborate more on the sync between the format and also the website after that. Yeah. Just know that the website is prefetch, so it means that when you see the ad and when swipe up, then you will see directly a website. It was like, it's really natural. It's not like there is no downloading, no uploading phase. So you will directly see your website. So the idea is really to have a match between your content and also your website, which is of course, I think, responsive and also good for a mobile. So yeah, you can really play with that and keep the user in your universe. Really. Why do you speak in terms of CPM instead of percentage of reach, where the objective is to generate reach? Well, here the idea was really also to, on this case, on this Guardians of the Galaxy case, we highlighted the CPM because also it was really like a great way to see to analyze the benchmark you have also on Instagram feed, on classic Instagram feed. So that's why we decided to take the CPM as a key metric to analyze the data. But of course, the idea when you launch a video is also to reach people, but also you want to see if you're cost effective or not. And here, they managed to reach a lot of people, and the percentage of reach, I think, is pretty important. And the idea also to every advertisers is to, we really recommend to have more than 50% of percentage of reach of your target to be really like effective on your target. Here was also to see if it was cost effective or not, and it was the case.
Yeah, and CPM, it's helping you to to compare this also to any other digital platform, which is great because it can give you a great comparison. But doesn't mean that you don't have access to this data. So if you're launching, of course, an ad in stories, you will have access to the reach of people, the number of people who watch your videos, your CPM. Like you will have access to all those insights. So it's great to actually be really able to deep dive on the learnings that you will get from those campaigns.
Yes. Oh, someone wants more detail about the award in question. So, it's a global partner award we received at Cannes, but there is different categories, and we received the award on the Instagram Stories category. And we were the only Instagram partner to be selected on the Instagram Stories part. And yeah, we were really happy to. Well, it was really to highlight the innovation and also the fact that we managed to help one of the clients also to achieve good performances with a new format.
Yeah, I mean, just to build on that, I think you have been a super great partner to launch tools that is helping your clients and future clients and brands, advertisers, to be the first one to be able to access this kind of new way of communication. So it's a great opportunity for brands to start, and you have created a tool that is super performant. So congratulations! It's a great award, and it's very well deserved.
Yeah, thank you. Good.
Thank you for today.
Thank you.
It was great to do this workshop.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you everyone for attending this workshop, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Julie, to be there also with us.
Thank you, Prasha.
And have a nice day and also a good weekend. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.